Peace and blessings. This is Lady Crenshaw coming at you with Soldiers TV. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the show, continues to support the show, gives me my feedback, chatting with me about the show, emailing me comments, all of that good stuff. And it's definitely a pleasure to do this, and I'm honored and humbled that you continue to support. So thank you for that. Let's go right into the topic. I do a play called Inner Thoughts of a Woman, Inner Thoughts of a Man, and I play a character. Her name is Sasha, and she is the infamous masturbator in the play, but she has a very much more profound story than that. But Sasha kind of every so often empowers so many women, and sometimes it's for the good of healing from their past. Sometimes it's for finding their sexuality. And today I want to talk about sisters finding our sexualities and what that means, okay? Yes, we are goddesses. Yes, we are for the movement. Yes, we are powerful. Yes, we are standing next to our kings and our gods saying we are ready to do whatever it takes to heal this community and stand up for our community and preserve our community. But it is okay to be very in tune with who your sexual self is, and there is it is crucial that you're in tune with your sexual self, because there is more to having intercourse than pleasure. It is more than just the initial attraction. That is very, very, very important. However, there are purposes. There is a science behind interaction. There is a science behind your state of mind when you are having sex. And more than anything, the purpose is to procreate. While each time that we are having intercourse, your body's, not with your mind, not with your feelings, but your body's purpose is to plant and to bear. Okay, and that is something that in order for us to truly understand the science behind sex, we have to understand that there is more to it than just the frivolousness that is often the only focal point of what it is about sex. What we see as sex is a very Eurocentric approach to sex. It is very, at times, barbaric. It is very uncivilized, because it is taking away so many elements that makes this a science behind what we are doing. Okay, of course, there are more things than just the initial reaction and getting our knocks off. Okay, there is energy that is left between two people, particularly the woman, when intercourse happens. And the more that we get away from remembering these sciences, and it's just about, oh, she has big boobs, she has a big behind, she has thick thighs, oh, he has muscles, oh, his lips look nice, oh, his skin is smooth, whatever it is, there is so much more to it. And the Eurocentric approach stops you right there. They do not keep you moving forward into understanding the higher science, because sex is the ultimate form of communication between a man and a woman, and the more that you have it, the more unattached you are to the experience. Of course, I'm not at all suggesting that there's no rehabilitation, but there's definitely the more I give, the less I have to give, and it becomes very conflicting. And healthy sexual relationships oftentimes can be a core cause to the downfall of our community, from not being satisfied, from feeling empty, from trying to find forgiveness and happiness in your relationship via sex only. And there's so much more to it. There are smells that we emit to each other, to know, so whether we respond to it subconsciously or consciously. There are looks, there are the way that we taste at certain times, there is the way that we feel at certain times. We are very, very much connected, not only to ourselves, but to each other, to the solar system, to everything around us, and it emits all of this energy, and we also receive this energy. So when people say that I'm not affected by what anyone does to me, that is a load of shit, because that's impossible, because all things are connected, and if I'm not connected to you, I cannot claim to be your reflection then, because if I'm not affected by my sisters being on crack, um, then I'm not about my community, and all I'm doing is taking a very Eurocentric approach on life. And this happens in our sexual relationships, and it's such a conflict, because our society, and I'm speaking primarily on Western, particularly American society, is so high strung on sexuality, and taking advantage of it, and exploiting it to the fullest power. You would think that somehow we would try to be in touch with that, but all it does is numb us. And the more that we are numb, the more unassociated we become with one another as sexual beings, as all of that good stuff, because it has to be pure intercourse that reaches the highest level of communication, because we are creating, we are bringing life in those actions. So this is the ultimate form of communication. And when I don't love you and I'm sitting down with you, when I don't love myself and I'm sitting down, excuse me, and I'm sleeping with you, it causes nothing but confusion, and we wonder why our children are coming out in a state of madness. We're wondering why our children are trying to fight. They come out fighting, because the energy that was happening when we were having our intercourse, and then as the seed was being planted, and there's no true love there, there's no concern there, there's no responsibility there. So this child can come out unattached, because they know what it means to not be attached, because they were planted under these circumstances. So to be in tune with our sexual selves are very, very, very important, and the science behind it. Your mental state. If you are in a state of confusion for where you are, who you are, and you keep laying up and giving this confused energy to a man and receiving his energy while you're in a state of confusion, of course, you're going to be, you're not going to have any direction, and the balance of male and female are achieved during, of course, heterosexual relationships when it comes to sex every single time. Okay, the you cannot at any no way can a man be in submission to a woman during intercourse. I don't care if you on top of him. I don't care if you on top of him and your leg and your ankle is on his shoulder and you sitting on him, you riding him from the back, and you doing gymnastics on that behind. You cannot in no way, shape, or form be submissive, because he has to enter you. He's entering your universe. So there is no way that you can deny the biological terms of what a male-female relationship is set to be. And the point is to procreate. And when you're not in a good state, when you don't love yourself, when you're not taking responsibility for your life and accountability more than anything, because how can you hold yourself accountable for anything when you are willy-nilly? I hear too much of this, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. No, then you're not a goddess. Then you're not taking full power, full control of who you are to be. And the relationship that you are sharing when it comes to intimacy is being left. Okay, we are doing nothing but passing on men energies and harboring it into ourselves, and it's creating such a state of confusion. So before I can even go into what the real topic is about, this first half of the show had to be on understanding the science behind sex, and behind having your sexuality and being liberated in that, because you can't be liberated if you don't understand the science behind what it means to have sex with a black man now as a black woman. And the science is crucial.